السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. So,
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
mashallah. So we have started uh, a composition, Arabic composition, a book, which is titled Hadaya al-Eid. Hadaya al-Eid. Eid gifts. Okay, and we have mentioned the relationship between Hadaya and al-Eid to be an idafa relationship. To be an idafa relationship. Now, in our first lesson, we treated statements, the first expression right here, which is هو اليوم هو أول أيام اليوم هو أول أيام عيد الفطر السعيد. And then we have treated complex إضافة, and this one right here is a good example of complex إضافة. It's a good example of complex إضافة. Is okay. So اليوم هو أول أيام عيد الفطر. So أول أيام عيد الفطر مضاف أول مضاف إليه is also a مضاف to عيد. عيد is مضاف إليه. عيد again is a مضاف for الفطر. So this is an example of uh, what we have here. Now, the grammatical application here, we have اليوم هو أول أيام الفطر العيد. هو may not be put there. It may be put, I mean, may not be put there. So now, usually it's there because this huwa is it makes this sentence again huwa awwal ayyam Eid al-Fitr. So it makes it a jumla ismiyah because we have al-yawm as a mubtada and this whole sentence as a khabar. Okay, so it may not be there. So we can say al-yawm awwal ayyam Eid al-Fitr. So we treat this the last lesson. As-Sa'id is an adjective. Okay, so we'll start that one soon, inshallah. Now, we also mentioned Umar ma zala na'iman fi sarih. So we mentioned that Umar was brought forward. It is initially ma zala Umaru na'iman fi sariri. Ma zala Umaru na'iman. So Umar is the ism of ma zala, the subject of ma zala. Why na'iman is the khabaru ma zala, but it comes fi sarih, which as uh, a sentence. So na'iman fi saririhi. This whole thing is considered as the khabar of mazal. Okay, so we treated all of these in the last lesson. Now let's move on. Let's learn something new here again to add to our vocabulary or grammar, compositional um, development. Okay, so I need someone to read this, the first expression here. Yeah, the first expression here.
وفجأة قفز عمر من
Thank you.
سريره.
Yes, وفجهة. وفجأة. Suddenly, that's what فجأة means. وفجأة قفز عمر من سريره. We are going to learn what is called حال. This is حال. حال من المنصوبات. من منصوبات الأسماء. So that's why it has a fatha. It is telling us the condition. Adverb of manner. That is what حال deals with. Adverb of manner. وفجأة, and suddenly. قفز means to jump. قفز is a three-lettered verb. We treated that in our fundamental lesson. قفز عمر من سريره. قفز عمر من سريره. Umar is a doer. Say قفز عمر. Umar jumped out, or we say jumped. من سريره, from his bed. We know what mean is. حرف الجر. Is that right? min saririhi, from his bed. We know what these have. We've talked about idafa of ismun what's it called? Ila dhamirin. We talked about idafa of a noun to a dhamir, that's to a pronoun. So saririhi is one of such. Min sariri. So does this mean that gave this sarir a kasra? Min sariri. And then it is attached to he, which is the pronoun. It is one of the detached pronouns that we talked about, attached pronouns that we talked about. ضمير متصل من سريره وفجأة, and suddenly قفز عمر من سريره. Umar jumped out of his bed. All right. Okay, so that is explained. That is gotten. So please let's write it down. And so you take into each of the verbs. The first verb قفز. So قفز يقفز. قفز is ماضي. فعل ماضي. It's a past tense verb. In the present tense will be يقفز. He is jumping. So what are you doing? I am jumping. ماذا تفعل؟ أنا أقفز. ماذا تفعل؟ أنا أقفز. So you see, ماذا تفعل? What are you doing? I am jumping. أنا أقفز. Or you say أقفز. So يقفز, the third person. So let's try. I'm supposed to ask us to get the mudhari, but I've told us already. So let's form the mudhari. Let's add the huruf al-mudhara'a. The huruf al-mudhara'a, let's add it to it. As in, I'm jumping or I jump. He's jumping, she's jumping, we are jumping, and so on and so forth, in the way we have taught it. So work on this verb qafaza yakfizu. Qafaza, you conjugate it in the mudhari, in its mudhari form, applying all the markers, all the what? The markers, that is the mudhari marker, the present tense marker, that is the huruf al-mudhara, yakfizu. يقفز. Okay, so that's the mudhari. So it goes from madi to mudhari. قفز يقفز. It goes from madi to mudhari. So form it, conjugate it with the rest of the markers. So now I need someone else to read this. This other part here. Yeah. فقد. Someone else, please. Let's respond quickly. Yes. فقد.
فقد سمع صوت المؤذن في المسجد وهو يقول.
MashaAllah. Thank you for that quick response. فقد سمع صوت المؤذن في المسجد وهو يقول. Now, we know already what this. Please, everyone has to, it's just for our own good. If you contribute, if you participate in questions and all of that, it makes you improve gradually. So let's not. So فقد سمع صوت المؤذن. First of all, سمع is a verb. It's a past tense verb. Just like qafaza. We have said this a number of times in our prayers. Sami Allahu liman. Yeah, let's complete it. Sami Allahu liman.
Hamid.
Yeah, we've said this a number of times in our prayers. Sami Allahu liman hamida. Sami'a. Okay, is a past tense verb. Is a past tense verb. So who can tell me the present tense form of sami'a? Sami'a, sa, mi, a. what's the present tense form? Just like I did for qafaza yakfizu. So what's going to be the present tense for sami'a what? Sami'a.
يسمع.
Yeah, thank you.
يسمع.
Yes, barakallah fiqh. That's beautiful. Sami'a yasma'u. So this has to be also conjugated as well. Sami'a yasma'u. Let's conjugate this. I'll assign this as a third assignment. These verbs. Okay, so the qafaza yakfizu, you conjugate it in with the all other markers, huruf al-mudhara'a. And yes, of course, you can make one or two sentences with them. The same thing goes with sami'a. Sami'a yasma'u. Conjugate it with the rest and form one or two sentences with that one too. So فقد سمع صوت المؤذن. صوت المؤذن. What's the relationship between صوت and al-mu'adhin here? The relationship between صوت and al-mu'adhin? We still cannot hear Brother Adam. It's a lot of struggles, with your network. Yeah. Please, let's answer. I mean, we know it, but we have to say something. We have to
It's
say.
the Idafa relationship.
Thank you. It's an Idafa relationship. So you can see how important Idafa relationship is. Murakkab al-Idafi. You hardly not find it in any communication you make or any expression you hardly not find it. So, and that shows how important it is. So Sawt al-Mu'adhin, we said it's used mostly for possession. Of course, the Mu'adhin possesses the voice. So, and it shows relationship there. So you connect. So the Sawt of the Mu'adhin. Now, قد سمع صوت المؤذن. Why Sawta? Why not Sawtu? Why not Sawti? Why Sawta? I've explained this to a number of times. Yeah, can someone tell us why?
Because it's the object of the verb sami'a.
MashaAllah, that's beautiful because it's the object of the verb samia. I have mentioned that too in one of our classes, one of our lessons, where once an object, a noun is under the influence of a verb, if it is a singular, it takes a fatha. So it's under the influence of the verb semia. And semia means hear, he heard. For qadi semia, qad means it's used to show that a verb is completed. It's used to show that a verb is completed. The way you will use your have and add. So for qad semia, he has heard. That's how you translate qad in this case, because the verb is already completed. He has heard. He has heard. That's what qad is doing here. When qad is used with a past tense verb, it shows that the action is completed. So you use has. So you use has or have, depending on the subject. Okay, so sometimes when qad is used, qad may be used with a present tense verb, and it will mean two things. Okay, if your qad is used with you say qad yasma, you are saying that the qad is used in that case to mean maybe, may, or maybe. So that is for uncertainty. So qad sometimes when it is used with a present tense verb would be translated as uncertainty. Qad yasma, he might hear it. قد يسمع صوت قد يسمع صوت المؤذن. He might hear the voice of the mu'adhin. So that's when you say قد يسمع. In some cases in the Quran, qad is used with the verb present. Qad may be used with the present tense verb and to mean certainty. So, but we are not going there. Just hold on to these two things. When qad is used with past tense, is used with the past tense verb, it means the action is completed. He has done something. They have done something. And if it is used with the present tense verb, it's used to mean probability, al-ihtimal, maybe, or may. Okay, so please let's get down these points. Okay, so these are the places where we can learn some of these things. Now, for Qasimya, he has heard. So we tell Mu'adhin, the voice of the Mu'adhin, fil masjidi. We already did this in maybe lesson 3 of Medina book. Fil masjid, in the masjid. Fi is an harful jar. So fil masjid, wa huwa yaqul. Wa huwa yaqul in this case, it translated as while he is saying. While. This is also used to show hal, condition. Wa huwa yaqul. This wa is wawul hal in this case. So it's showing manner. Wa huwa yaqul. While he is saying, it's an action, it's showing the condition. It's showing, the present, the state of the person while he's saying, while he was hearing it. Wa huwa yaqul, while he was saying, or while he's saying, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, La ilaha illallah, Akbar, La ilaha illallah, Allah Akbar, wa lillahi alhamd. So he had the thought while he was saying this. Okay, so please let's take note of this expression and let's try to develop it also in our own way, based on what we have here. So وَفَجْهَةً قَفَزَ عُمَرُ مِنْ سَرِيرِهِ. Suddenly Umar stood up, and we can see what the picture is depicting. He stood up suddenly, and he was gazing towards the masjid through his window, and then he was so وفجأة قفز من سريره فقد سمع صوت المؤذن في المسجد وهو يقول. Is that okay? So, and suddenly he jumped out of his bed, and he has heard the voice of the muadhin in the masjid. I think this is understood right. So let's not forget the assignment 3. Qafaza yakfizu. You conjugate the verb and you form one or two sentences from it. Let me say at least 2 sentences. You can go as much as you can, but at least 2 sentences should be formed for qafaza, and for sami'a, you conjugate it and you form at least 2 sentences for that as well. So I think that's understood. Is that right? Is that taken? Is that taken?
No.
No.
Now, we shift to another book. Can you see the book I'm showing now? Do you see the Durus logo, or you are still seeing the previous book?
Durus al-Lugha.
Okay, that's what you can see, right?
You've not shared the other book. Yes.
This one, okay. I'm gonna share that. I will include it into the drive so we can all download it. Yeah, inshallah. So please remind me in the group so that I can remember. But inshallah, I'll try as much as possible to upload it as soon as we end the lesson, so that you can all have access to the book as well. All right. So having understood this, now we move on to Mojo Medina book, okay, which is our main book. So lesson lesson 9. We finished lesson 9, right? We finished lesson 9, so let's look at a little bit. So please, we're supposed to study the rest of lesson 9 and ask questions because we have done here what is most important here. And we have the tamarin. اقرأ واكتب محمد طالب قديم محمد طالب قديم. This is a jumla ismiya, and this is sifa mawsuf. I think the next thing we're going to be doing is sifa mawsuf in our grammar lesson. Talib is mawsuf, qadim is a sifa. Muhammad talibun qadim. Muhammad is an old student in the sense of old in terms of time not in terms of age. So you cannot use Rajulun Qadim to say old man. No. Talibun Qadim in terms of the time they have spent somewhere. So he's an old student, not a fresher, not a fresh student. That's the way this Qadim is used. It's not used in terms of age. So أذلك الرجل مدرس جديد, is that man a new teacher? So لا هو طبيب جديد, he's a new doctor. So that's what this basically what this lesson is all about. And here number 2, ضع في الفراغ في الجملة الآتية نعتا مناسبا. You are told to put into the right place in the empty space. فراغ means empty space, the blank space, an appropriate adjective. So here, so we'll learn adjective on in a grammar lesson as well, maybe in the next in lesson module 9, module 11 or something. So we do that. So the next one, ضع في المكان الخالي. Is another way. مكان الخالي is something as الفراغ. This is صفة موصوف as well. الخالي means empty. Okay. في المكان الخالي, in the empty space, which is something as الفراغ. في الجمل الآتية, in the sentences منعوتا مناسبة. You put منعوت, that is موصوف. The right noun that is supposed to get the adjective. Put it here. الغربية, sorry, العربية dash سهلة. So we put لغة. لغة is appropriate word. العربية لغة سهلة. لغة سهلة. So that's what you are required to do. Please make sure that you do it. It's for your own self-development. Okay, so let's do that. اقرأ. You are told to read كسلان. كسلان. You can see that this is ممنوع من الصرف. It doesn't have تنوين. This is another example of ممنوع من الصرف. So as a result of that, it will not take a kasra. It will take fatha and dhamma always. جوعان, عطشان, غضبان, ملآن, كسلان, lazy. That's how to say lazy. جوعان, hungry. Okay, this is for masculine. عطشان, thirsty. When you are thirsty, عطشان. غضبان, when you are hungry. ملآن, when you are full. ملآن, when something is full. And all of these, they are all masculine. So the feminine form, some people would say kaslanatun. They put ta there, kaslanatun. So, but the most appropriate, format is kasla, fa'ala. No, let me put it better. Kasla. Kaslanu, the feminine will be kasla. Kasla. Jaw'anu, you say jaw'a. Okay? Jaw'a. That's the feminine format. Atushanu, atusha. Now, who can give me the feminine format of Ghadbanu? Ghadbanu will be what?
Ending with alif maksura.
Beautiful, thank you. Ending with Alif Maksura. Kasla, Jaw'a, Atusha. How about Ghadban? Ghadban?
Going to be Godba. Godba.
Yeah. Ghadba. Here, Ghadba. Ghadba. Mal'anu will be what? Mal'an will be what? Yes, Mal'an was a feminine form. Do we have other people in the class or not?
Mal'a.
Yeah. Mal'a. Okay, please let's respond. Mal'a. You have your Hamza here. Mal'a. So let's take note of that. That's the feminine form of that. All right, so let me add to our assignment. Find the plural form of all of this. I'm getting the singular, the plural, the singular, the masculine and feminine form. So find the plural. Find the plural form of all of this. Oh, to be submitted, please. So we discuss it for you submit. So you find the plural form of this.
The plural of all this.
Yeah.
Kaslan, Jawan, Akshan, Ghadban, and Milan.
And Mal'an. So
Okay.
we've treated, I've given you the singular form, the feminine form. So find the plural form. Find the plural form. Please, let's write down the assignment. It's very important. Let's find the plural form. So we have all of this. Ana Jaw'an, Anta Jaw'an, and all of that. So الكلمات الجديدة. Let's look at this. اللغة. الطائر. We said that طائر means bird, but when you add ta to it, it becomes طائرة, it becomes plain. جوعان وغضبان. Shahid. What does shahid means? Shahir, something as mashhur, popular. When someone is popular. Tabibun shahir, a popular doctor. Rajulun shahir, a known or reputable somebody. Shahir, mashhur. اليوم today. عطشان العصفور, sparrow. المدينة, كسلان ملآن اليوم. We have اليوم here today with a fatha. Okay, so this might be with a fatha or with a dhamma. Now, that's what we have there. So you can attempt this one. أين المدرس وفي الفصل and all of that. لمن تلك السيارة الجميلة. لمن تلك السيارة الجميلة. So you can read up this as well. They are all things you've learned before. هي في الكوب. هي في الكوب. Kub means cup. Okay. So المروحة الجديدة في الغرفة. Let's study all of this. You have new words there. المروحة. What does المروحة means? Do you have an idea of what المروحة means?
Mirror.
No. Mirror is المرآة. المرآة. المروحة, it means fan. It means fan. الطبيب الجديد في المستشفى. We know what المستشفى is. Hospital, right? والطبيب القديم في المستوصف. What does المستوصف mean?
Pharmacy.
المستوصف. So if المستوصف could mean pharmacy, what does صيدلية mean? What do you mean?
Then I think Mustosaf should be clinic.
Exactly. That's what he is. That's what he is. Barakallahu fiqh. Please, let's try. She's able to respond to this due to her self-development. So let's everyone do that. We can also, I mean, this is by studying, it's by learning. المستوصف clinic. Let's take note of that. Why is صيدلية? صيدلية, it's a pharmacy. صيدلية. It's about studying, self-development. Okay, so that's that. Al-Mirwaha, fun. Please, let's study all of this. We don't have enough time to study everything in class, but you also have a part to play by studying on your own, learning whatever you, furthering whatever you learned, asking questions and all of that. Okay, so أنا في المدرسة الثانوية that's secondary. It means what's الثانوية means secondary. أنا في المدرسة الثانوية أنا في المدرسة الثانوية. I'm in the secondary school. I'm in the secondary school. Okay, so let's study that. Let's ask questions. So here, number 2 question. املأ في الفراغ فيما يلي بالنعت الذي بين قوسين بعد تحليته بال عند اللزوم. Now this part, املأ الفراغ, fill in the gap. املأ الفراغ, fill in the gap. فيما يلي, in the following. بالنعت, fill in the gap with what? With a nat, that is a sifa, an adjective. With the writer الذي بين قوسين, with the adjective that is in between the parentheses. قوس, قوس means bow. This is a bow or a bow. Is it a bow? You call it a bow, right? I think a bow. You know, so, and in this context, it means bracket. So inside of the 2 brackets, بعد تحليته, after, بعد means after, بعد تحليته, after giving it بال, after making it a ma'rifa by al, by adding al, in the luzum, when necessary. In the luzum, when what? When necessary. Al-luzum, when something is lazim, is necessary, or is compulsory. So luzum is a masdar. Necessary, necessity, necessary. Okay, that is, or when it is compulsory to do so. And the luzum. So I think we understand the question. Do we all understand the instruction? You fill in these gaps with the appropriate adjective that is inside of these. They have given you the adjective already, and you have to make it jadidun, kabirun, qadim. They are nakira. So you make it marifa by adding al where necessary, not all cases. That's the meaning of indal luzum, when necessary. Okay? When necessary. I think it's understood, right? Ayn al-mudarris. Al-mudarris, it has alif and lam. So automatically you change this to al-jadid as well. Ayn al-mudarrisul jadid. Because what your adjective is, what your noun is what your adjective will be. Is that taken?
No.
So please, let's take note of that. That's what this is supposed to mean. And please, let's do it. Let's do it. I won't ask her to submit all of this, but you have to do it. It's a responsibility for your own to study it. That's how you improve. That's how you. So please, let's do it. Let's do it, and let's ask questions, because I know that there are things that you would be confused about or something like that, so that you need clarity. Let's ask questions. Let's study. Now here, اقرأ. I taught you read. الطالب الذي. In our module 20 of this class, that will be by end of January, sometimes around January, where we are finishing the 3rd session of this 3rd month of our 1st session, okay, of beginner level. We talk about al-ladhi in detail. Okay, we talk about ism al-mawsul in more detail. And yes, probably al-munada and all of them, because we said we are going to treat al-ma'rifah, 7 ma'rifahs. So we're going to be treating al-mawsul, ism al-mawsul, and al-munada in a clear detail in our module 20 the module 20 of our grammar lesson. So let's prepare for that, inshallah. May Allah spare our life. So here they are showing us the application. الطالب الذي خرج من الفصل الآن من إندونيسية الكتاب الذي على المكتب للمدرس. So if you have studied English properly, you would probably have learned something about relative pronouns. Okay, so the student who, the student that, okay, the student that or the student who went out from the class. So that's the same function of الذي. Okay. لمن هذا القلم الجميل الذي على المكتب. Whose هنا? Whose is this beautiful pencil that or which is on the table? البيت الكبير الذي في ذلك الشارع للوزير. The big house that is in that street للوزير is for the minister. السرير الذي في غرفة خالد مكسور. The bed that he is on the that is on the Khalid, right? That is in the Khalid's room is broken. So that is what Alladhi does. But we're going to be talking now a lot about them when we get into the subject per se. Now, Baytun is man'ut, Jadid is not. This is the main subject of this course, of this lesson 9, as the main subject. Now let's look at new words. Al-Kalimat al-Jadid, Al-Maktabu, Al-Maktabatu. That's library. Al-An, now. Al-An means the word now. Al-Mirwaha, fan. Al-Mustawsaf, clinic. Al-Madrasatu Thanawiyah, secondary school. Al-Wazir, the minister. Shahir, popular. Hadun, Hadun, that means sharp. Okay, it is used in all of these words are present in the main the main lesson, but they just brought it out so that you can, put your attention on them. So Mustawsaf, Al-Mustawsaf, clinic. Al-Madrasah Thanawiyah, secondary school. Al-Wazir, the minister. Shahir, popular. Hadun, sharp. Okay, so let's let that. We've come to the full end of lesson 9. So we'll just briefly start lesson 10 and then we'll continue on the next lesson. So this is to be read by you. So we have conversation between Hamid and Muhammad. So I need just 2 people to be Hamid. One has to be Hamid, the other has to be Muhammad. Please, let's be active about this. So it's going to be Hamid and it's going to be Muhammad. It's a conversation that we need to read. Yes, please. Who's going to be Hamid and it's going to be Muhammad.
Hamid. Man
Okay.
anta.
Man ant.
Okay.
Yes.
محمد أنا طالب بالجامعة.
أنا طالب بالجامعة. B here is in the function of fee. So you don't say I am a student with, B does not translate as with here. And a طالب بالجامعة does not mean I'm a student with the jamia. I'm a student in the jamia. So B can translate the meaning, can have the meaning of fee sometimes. And I thought that's why I used it purposely. They could have said an طالب في الجامعة. But for you to know the other function of B, that's why they use it. So, أنا طالب بالجامعة. I am a student at the university or in the university to mean the feminine of fee. Yes, Hamid, continue.
أأنت طالب جديد.
Okay.
نعم أنا طالب جديد.
Yeah.
من أين أنت؟
أنا من الهند.
ما شاء الله.
ما اسمك؟ ما اسمك؟
Yeah,
اس اسمي محمد.
yeah, yeah. Ismi Muhammad. Hamid, continue from here.
ومن هذا الفتى الذي معك؟
Yes. ومن هذا الفتى الذي معك؟ ومن هذا الفتى الذي معك؟ Yeah, Muhammad.
هو زميلي.
وزميلي. So ومن هذا, we know this. What does الفتى mean? ومن هذا الفتى الذي معك? What does that mean?
Who is this young boy with
Yes.
you?
Who is this young boy with you? Okay, so al-fata could mean a young boy, or at least a young man, someone that is an adult, a young adult. Okay. Okay, so huwa, and he says huwa zamili, is my mate. Who is my mate? Yes, Hamid, continue.
هو أيضا من الهند.
Yeah,
لا، هو من اليابان.
exactly. لا huwa min al-Yaban. No, he's from Japan. Huwa أيضا, is he also in from India? He's also from India. He said لا huwa min al-Yaban. No, he said he's from Japan. Yes,
ما اسمه؟
ما اسمه.
اسمه حمزة.
Yes, اسمه Hamza. Yeah, his name is Hamza. Yes, we
ما
have
لغ... ما لغتك يا محمد؟
ما لغتك يا محمد. Yeah, I think we understand that. What's your language, oh Muhammad? Yeah, Muhammad?
لغتي أردية.
Yeah,
لغتي أردية.
لغتي أردية. Yeah, Hamid?
ها هي لغة سلة.
سهلة.
سهلة.
أهي لغة سهلة؟
نعم، هي لغة سهلة.
Sister Mutia, please repeat the sentence so that you can properly pronounce it.
ها هي لغة سهلة.
أهي لغة سهلة؟
ها هي لغة سهلة.
لغة, there is a tanween there. لغة سهلة.
ها هي لغة سهلة.
Very good. أهي لغة سهلة. نعم هي لغة سهلة. Yes. Hamid again.
وأمزة ما لغته؟
Yeah. أهي لغة سهلة. لغته. Okay. No, no, sorry. وحمزة وحمزة. Repeat this. وحمزة.
وأمزة ما لغته؟
You pronounce everything together. Pronounce the ta here. I want to hear what sound you put on the ta.
وأمزتي.
No, it's not Wahamzati. If you say Wahamzati, it means you are swearing by Hamza. You say, I swear by Hamza. That's the meaning. Wahamzatu. Wahamzatu.
وهمزة ما لغته؟
Yeah, Wahamzatu ma lughatuhu. Yes, Muhammad.
لغته اليابانية، وهي لغة صعبة.
صعبة. لغته اليابانية وهي لغة صعبة. وهي لغة صعبة.
والصعبة.
So this is لغة اليابانية. I think they wrote it. This is اللغة اليابانية, Japanese. This is Japanese language. So لغته اليابانية. His language is اليابانية, Japanese or Japanese language. وهي لغة سهلة. صعبة is a hard language. وهي لغة صعبة is a hard language. Yes, Hamid.
Okay.
صعبة means hard. سهلة. Let's take note of this. سهلة. سهلة is easy. صعبة hard. But this because it has this feminine ta because you are using it as an adjective for a feminine. If it's masculine, it says sahlun and sa'bun. You remove the ta. Is that taken?
Yeah.
Okay. Ayha Amid.
أين أبوك يا محمد؟
أين أبوك يا محمد؟
أبي في الكويت.
يا
هو
أبي في الكويت. Yeah.
طبيب شهير.
Oh yes. What does that mean? Abi fil Kuwait?
My dad is in Kuwait, and
Yeah,
he is a famous doctor.
he's a famous doctor. Yeah. Hamid?
وأين أمك؟
وأين أمك؟
أمك.
Yeah. Muhammad?
هي أيضا في الكويت مع الأبي. مع أبي.
Yeah.
هي مدرسة هناك.
هناك, not هناك. Don't give it a shadda.
Okay, هناك. Okay.
Yeah. هناك. Okay, yes. So هي أيضا في الكويت مع أبي. I think we understand the video, right? Now, Hamid, what do we have? What do we have here?
هل ذهبت إلى الكويت يا محمد؟
Yeah.
نعم ذهبت. نعم ذهبت.
Yeah, there's a mistake there. It has to be the have to. There's a sukun here. It's a typo.
Okay.
The have to. So, أذهبت إلى الكويت يا محمد? Did you go to Kuwait, ya Muhammad? He said, نعم ذهبت. Yes, I go, or I went, rather. Yes, Hamid?
وزمت لك أين أبوه؟
وزميلك. وزمي. وزميلك. And your mate. أين أبوه? Where's his father? Yes, Muhammad?
أبوه في اليابان. هو تاجر كبير.
All right. أبوه في اليابان. His father is in Japan. هو تاجر كبير is a big businessman or trader. He's a big trader. Yes, Hamid?
هل لك حق يا محمد؟
It's not alaka. There's no shadda there. Can you repeat? Can you soften your tongue on the lam?
هل لك
Alaka.
حق؟
Alaka. Alaka.
لك
Yes. Alaka
لك
akhun. Alaka akhun ya Muhammad.
لك حق يا محمد؟
All right.
نعم لي أخ واحد اسمه أسامة، وهو معي هنا في مدينة. وهو معي هنا في المدينة.
في المدينة المنورة.
أوكي يا مدينة منورة.
ول...
ولي أخت
يا
واحدة.
واحدة. واحدة.
اسمها واحدة اسمها زينب، وهي في العراق مع زوجها. زوجها مهندس.
MashaAllah. Now, here we have a few conversation. Alaka akhun. Do you have a brother? So, Muhammad. So Muhammad said, Naam. Naam, yes. Li akhun wahid. We have learned numbering. If you are on my page on our channel on YouTube, I just posted 2 shorts recently about counting. Has anyone seen it? Counting numbers in Arabic. Okay, so if you have not seen it, please go check the channel to revise about number. So li akhun wahid. I have one brother. Ismuhu Osama. His name is Osama. Wa ma'i. Please take note of it's not ma'i. The way you pronounce it, ma'i. Can you please repeat, brother Rufai? Wa ma'i. Wa ma'i
وهو معي
huna.
وهو معي هنا
Not hunna.
هنا. Yeah,
Huna.
هنا.
Yes. He is with me here. في المدينة المنورة. In Medina Munawwara. ولي أخت واحدة. And I have one sister. اسمها زينب. Her name is Zainab. وهي في العراق مع زوجها. And she's in Iraq with her husband. زوجها مهندس. Her husband is an engineer. Okay, so okay, let's finish up this. Then the exercise will be treated later. Yeah, عندك can Hamid? Yes, who's Hamid? Yeah, sister Mudia. Yes.
عندك سيارة يا أخي.
سيارة. Please read it fully so that
عندك سيارة يا أخي.
يا أخي. يا أخ. Please take note of that. عندك سيارة يا أخي. Do you have a car, my brother? عندك سيارة يا أخي. Yes, Muhammad.
لا، ما عندي سيارة. عندي دراجة. حمزة عنده سيارة.
Yeah. So it says لا ما عندي سيارة. ما عندي. I don't have. That's how to say. If you say I have عندي. ما عندي ما تستعجلون به. In an ayah. So عندك, do you have? عندك, do you have a car? And he said ما عندي. Say I don't have. That has to say I don't have. ما عندي سيارة. I don't have a سيارة, a car. عندي دراجة. I have a bicycle. حمزة. حمزة عنده سيارة. Hamza, he has a car. Or you say Hamza has a car. Okay, so please let's take note of that. And then we can go through, let's try to study the exercises. Yeah, and all of that. So the rest are exercises, and then we can do that. So if you encounter a problem in the exercise, let's know. So next lesson we are moving on to lesson 11, but we just go through by the beginning of the lesson. Next lesson we go through these exercises together a little bit, but let's study it. Let's find time to study it. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it easy and grant us success in our pursuit of knowledge.
آمين.
Okay,
آمين.
so we've come to the end of the lesson, and then we'll see you again in the next lesson. I hope there's no question.